meeting. That was so smooth, Shin. For today's speech, Greg is working from the Visionary Communicator Pathway, Level 4 Project Communicate Change. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice the skills needed to effectively communicate change to a group or organization. The purpose of the speech is for the member to practice speaking about change in a positive and productive way. You may have heard that Toastmasters International is increasing membership dues. When are membership dues increasing and by how much? You may be asking. Starting with the October 2023 renewal period, Toastmasters International semi-annual membership dues will increase from $45 to $60. So yearly dues are increasing from $90 to $120 per year. Greg is here today to share with you some of his thoughts and insights that will help you decide if Toastmasters is still a worthwhile investment for you. Greg Liu, is Toastmasters still worth the cost? Greg Liu.
Thank you, Amanda, and everyone here today. So as we know, we've all been or will be or have been or currently Toastmasters. In addition to that, I've been in for almost 20 years, but most of my life I've been a small business owner and an investor. And part of my job as a small business owner and investor is to evaluate opportunities that come up and decide if they're worth my investment in time and money. Now, how I define investment for me is you put time and or money and or resources into something, and I'm going to get back more than I put in. That to me is an investment. An expense is something more of an even exchange. If I pay $100 for something, I get something worth $100, and that's it. So that's my difference between investment and expense. I'm looking for investing. So will this be for you an investment or an expense? I don't know. I can't make that decision for you. I can barely make it for me sometimes. I can't be 100%. I can't accurately predict the future, unfortunately, or else I would have made a lot of investments that I missed in the past and skipped out on those others. So some have worked out and some have not, but I made the decisions at the time. So if you're an investor or a small business owner, maybe you've experienced this as well. So I've hesitated on some investments and missed out. And I've also jumped in on some investments and maybe I shouldn't have. So there's a fine line between jumping in and that paralysis by overanalysis, right? You don't know what to do and you can't make a decision. So even those times that have been correct for me, that still doesn't mean this is a good investment for you. So I'd like to share a few of my experiences and insights today that might help you decide if Toastmasters is still a good place to invest your time and money. Okay, first the disclaimer. There's a lot of talk going on, District 3. A lot of people are upset. It's a 33% increase. That's a huge number, 33%. So the difference to me is it's percentage is something and dollars is something. Now, if this cost $1 million, Toastmasters would now cost you $330,000 more, but it's not. It's an extra $30 a year. So even though you may say it's an increase, it is. And it's only currently $10 a month with the increase. Now I say only because I am aware that there are lower income families, there are countries, international members we have. Is it hard on them to maybe come up with an additional $2.50 a month? Absolutely. Am I privileged and lucky and whatever to have an extra $2.50 a month in my bank account? Absolutely. But having said that, is it or is it not still a good investment? And that's what you have to decide. So why the increase? So according to Toastmasters International, their website says basically COVID. So COVID detracted our members. We lost a lot of members. We're down to 10-year lows. plus the higher inflation. So we have a lot fewer members paying and a lot higher expenses for the company. So what I look at, and when I have money and time and whatever, you have assets, you have, you know, and you want to allocate or deploy those assets. And what return on investment are you getting for your time and money and attention and focus and resources and whatever? So the first thing that you could do is nothing. You could let your membership lapse. You could not be a Toastmasters anymore. You would have an extra $120 in the bank at the end of the year. If you have it in a savings account, earning interest, you might make an extra 4.5 cents or something for the year. But that's your return. And you have the peace of mind knowing you have $120 in the bank. So there's a benefit. Another thing you could do is invest, maybe the stock market. Hopefully you better get a better return from a savings account, but that's not always true too. You could lose the whole $120 this year and get nothing in return. Stock market's been very fluctuating lately. You never know. You contribute and you hope to get back, but you might not. The third thing you could do is invest in yourself. And that's what I've been doing with Toastmasters. In addition, or the results of that, you could get potential jobs, raises, get noticed by your boss, maybe get promoted, maybe have more leadership or speaking opportunities, maybe start your own small business. There are a lot of things you can do when you invest in yourself. And that's what I've chosen to do over the past years. So my decision personally with this raise, with this increase, I've been in since 2004. I'm almost 2024. I'll be a Toastmaster for 20 years. And I continue to get a good return on my investment in time and money for me. The people I associate with Toastmasters are awesome. I mean, this group, the whole community, everywhere I go, when I travel, I go to different states, I visit Toastmasters clubs, awesome people. That for me is a return on my investment. My life, my communication, my leadership skills. I'm 60 now, pretty old. So not as old as some, but older than most of y'all. So hey, but that keeps me sharp too. Keeps my mental sharp. I'm an introvert. So it's really kind of good to get me out in the world too. It's very people-y out there, I find sometimes, Love you guys, but I like my alone time too sometimes. So having said that, I am still all in. I will pay my dues here coming up, and I will pay them again in October when they go up, even with the 33% increase, even though it's, $30 a year more. So I hope that this sharing of my thought processes, my experience, at least gives you another way to look at this, at least lets you kind of evaluate it for you, because it has to be worth it for you. So will you or won't you? That is the question. I can't make that decision for you, but my hope is that this will be an investment for you as well. And if it is, I will get to see you at an upcoming Toastmasters meeting or contest or conference soon. Madam Toastmaster.